Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome to day 3 of my sobriety. What I'm going to teach you today is going to be a technique called automatic thought stoppage. And what this technique is going to do is just help you stop the thoughts of smoking weed before you actually physically go and so you don't actually physically go and smoke weed. Sorry, let me fix this camera. Okay. Okay. The reason why it's so important to learn this technique is because if you don't learn how to control your mind and the thoughts in your mind, it's going to trigger certain emotions inside of you, and it's going to trigger you to actually physically go get up and go smoke some weed. So you have to kind of like stop the thoughts before it kind of like takes over and bombards your mind. And if you learn, like I said, if you learn how to do this, you'll have more control over your thoughts. You'll have more control over your sobriety. And you'll have more control over your life because your thoughts will be clean and clear, and they'll be actually your decisions, your thoughts. They won't just be automatic negative thoughts that are just coming in from left and right and you being influenced by it. And for some reason, if you don't do this technique, what's going to happen is when you start thinking it, your your mind is just going to keep on going with it, and it's going to keep thinking about it, and then you're going to feel emotions either about depression, anxiety, or anger, some kind of negative emotion that's going to make you physically go smoke weed. So that's why this technique is real important. And all the technique is, I learned it from cognitive behavioral therapy, which is just like a program that helps you with, or it's a training course or therapy that helps you deal with anxiety. But I noticed it helped me deal with a lot with anger too. And it helped me because you can actually stop the thoughts, which will bring up the emotion and stop you from physically doing something. And the automatic thought stoppage technique is to think about the process that you used to go through when you used to smoke weed. Like, what did you used to think? What symbols did you make up in your head? And what kind of words did you say to yourself? And the feeling that you got that came right after that, and then the actual physical behavior, like you would actually go get the weed. Like all it is about thinking about that, but instead of instead of feeling the emotion and then going and get the weed, you're actually gonna stop it right at the thought process. You're not gonna let it go beyond that. You're actually gonna I'm gonna give you some phrases that a phrase that you can say that can help you eliminate that negative thought, so you don't have the feeling and then you don't do the physical action. So this is kind of like the phrase you can say to yourself. Like if a negative thought comes up, like you think about like going to go get some weed or something, you could just say like, stop. These automatic negative thoughts are not healthy or helpful to me in my sobriety. These thoughts always lead me in the wrong direction. They always just lead me back to the cycle of addiction. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about positive stuff and stuff that I want to happen in my life that are positive. And for everybody, it's going to be different because some people do it because they just want to have control back in their life. Some people want it because because of family or their kids or their loved ones. And some people do it because they don't like the physical behavior that it's making them go through, like just the whole addiction cycle of going and getting weed and then coming back and getting high and then going back and getting weed. And, it's just like a cycle that you go through. So here's like what you can do. You can actually just close your eyes and, like I said, imagine the process that you would go through every time you would smoke weed, like how the thought would come up, then how the emotion would come up, and then of course the physical behavior, which is going and getting weed. What you can do is you can close your eyes. You can start thinking about the words, like I said, and the symbols that come up for you. But instead of going on to the emotional and feeling it again, you're going to actually stop it right there. So right now you can actually close your eyes and just visualize. Visualize the thoughts. Maybe it's you hanging out with your friend. Maybe it's you just bringing up a blunt to your mouth or something and inhaling it. And then right there, you want to stop inside the visualization and tell yourself that, saying, hey, wait a minute. These thoughts are not healthy or helpful to me. They're not helpful for me and my sobriety. These thoughts always lead me back in the cycle of addiction. I'm going to change these negative thoughts and think of something healthier and more positive, like my family, my decisions, and my health. And that's it. That's the exercise. What I want you to do is do that 5 times on purpose. Like, actually, like I said, see yourself going through the whole process, but this time stopping as soon as the thought comes up. Don't let it get to the emotional or the physical. And there you go. That's the tip for today. I hope it works for you. Congratulations on your sobriety, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.